Hello and welcome back to Spekd. I have a little experiment I want to do. Blast. Okay, welcome back to Spekd. This is Warhammer Conquest issue number 55 and we've got a lovely piece of terrain. If you're wondering about the previous thing, actually one of the things that got me into wargaming was Marvel Heroes roleplay game, the advanced set, and I'll speak about that in a totally different video. Strangely enough, it's not because of the recent news with Marvel, Disney and Games Workshop, but actually I want to speak about that over a month ago, but I didn't get a chance to. Anyway, equipment and whatnot. So let's have a look with our beautiful piece of terrain, and as always I'm definitely going to have fun painting this. Now I did actually paint up the reactor, I can't remember the name of it right now, and that's kind of come out really nice. I like it. It is more silver and it's more like the stair lift item, which is, anyway, I'll show that at the end. Let's get this open. So still $7.99, which is one of the better prices I've seen. We've got our wonderful sprue, and this was so chunky that it didn't actually come to the letterbox and it had to be re-delivered. Huff sigh. So I missed out on it when it first came and had to wait for it to come through again. But it's looking nice, clean, detailing, simple. It connects with the other item, which is great. And I think they're giving us quite a nice bit of terrain overall. I like that. Good job, good job. Any other things I was thinking about before I open this up? Now, you might have realised that I haven't spoken about a lot of the, new Primaris, or should I say the new codexes and index books, or supplements I should say. Now that's been coming out recently for Space Marines. Now the reason why I haven't done that is because there's a lot of information and there's a lot of hype going on. And what I want to do is wait until after the hype train has kind of gone through to really reflect on what's going on. So it's not an impulsive action, impulsive buys and those kind of things. So just bear with me and I will get to them and I will give my opinion on them. As you know, I predominantly run Blood Angels. Sons of the Phoenix have been built up very nicely thanks to the Conquest magazine. But I really want to make sure I get the right supplement for them. But anyway, look, come on, let's get on with it. So, when it comes to artwork and design, again, they've got a nice piece of artwork here, a nice colour warmth. They've gone for almost like rusted tones up here, which is a nice bit of design. So let's have a look. We have information based on the Orcs, Orc Showcase, and this is really good if you like your alien races. Orcs are a lot of fun. Imperial Fist Successors, Chaos Rising Part 2, Alchemite Pipes, the build, the painting, and the mission for that. So this is going to be for our most recent battle map. I'm expecting a new one fairly soon actually. So information on Orcs. Now Orcs are a great fun opponent to play. They swarm the table, they're very much like Tyranids, and they're called like a horde army. So if you're getting into these, you will have a lot of models. Movement trays are very helpful. But these Orcs, they always come across like East London hard boys, or ard boys I should say, coming from Cockney EastEnders. This is what these guys remind me of. Always up for a fight, old stereotypical style. Ready to throw blows, get in there for a good scrap, and they have a good time doing it, and they have fun. And their whole thing is about war, combat, and just who's the biggest, who's the baddest. And it's mean-spirited but fun, if that could be said in the right way. And the other thing that surprised me when I found out a bit about them is their fungus. That's just creepy because you can never get rid of them. And I remember there was a battle between Tyranids, which were just eating biomass, which happened to be these guys, and these guys were just warring. And it took a lictor to do a little sneaky thing to get rid of the main war boss. But anyway, so you have Orc clans. Just like the Space Marines have chapters, you have different clans, and different clans allow them to have different abilities. Now there are plenty of YouTube channels which are, Orc specialists, and within the War Gamers group you'll find quite a few of them. They seem to like a lot of Orcs. Is this the Stomper? I can't remember. So this is one of the equivalents of a knight, but for orcs, and these guys can build anything out of anything, and it works because they feel that it should work. Please note, I said that it feels it should work. I didn't say that logically it should work like there's mechanics. As far as the orcs function, if they see something and they put weapons on it, they feel it should function in that way. They've got a psychic field or power that enables that thing to work. So technically, these guys are so powerful, but they don't even realize it. But anyway, so moving on. Orc Showcase here. It's looking a little bit pale and washed out, this magazine. Was it my imagination? Could be the weather. We've got different types there. I think my favourite here has probably got to be the Bad Moon Shock Jump Dragster. This here, it just looks awesome, and I remember seeing that a while back. I haven't got an Orc Army, might have to get one. More successor chapters. Now we have seen these on the poster, and there's my boy, look. Now this is the Imperial Fists, so I wonder if the new supplement would actually have Sons of the Phoenix abilities, because I'm still painting mine up and I just got the water decal transfer paper, so I'm actually printing out my own decals there, and that is going to be brilliant for that. Okay. More successor chapters, more known Crimson Fists and Black Templars, and the Hell's Reach is based on Grimaldus, and he's a Black Templar. Go and have a look at that, it's on YouTube. Richard Boyland, he's now working for Games Workshop. That, I know I've said it before, but Hell's Reach was a fantastic audio book and has been given kind of a video to go with it. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Chaos Risings, we're getting a bit more lore. As what's happening there. So you got your cultist uprisings, you got your deluge of sickness, you got, you know, all these different things happening. And I was explaining this the other day to a person which is basically asking about the models and asking about Games Workshop. And for those of you that have been doing this for a while, you know that you just want to start with the lore, and then the Empress did this, and then this happened, and then but then, you know, Dante said this, and you really get into it. But actually it was more like, hey look, here's a codex, there's the introduction, and this happens in the future. What do you think? And that was the best result I could possibly have. The person came back and wanted to know more, and it was asking, I was just discussing it just in lightly about what they had read, rather than me kind of force feeding them all the lore possible. And it was really good. So little sections like this, you know, they might not seem very much for those of you that are kind of got codexes or been used to playing Warhammer before, but giving this to someone new, they can look at that, and when they find something interesting, you could set up a scenario based around that event. You know, it's almost like historical wargaming. Alright, okay, let's do this. So here's the build. I know you're going to need elastic bands for this. Yep, builds there, great. Gluing pipes. I didn't know, just don't do it, just don't say it. Paints, they've gone for lead belcher here. I would start from spraying this black, a cheap spray paint would do, and then just dry brush it silver, add your washes, and build your way up. I would not personally waste my paint on, you know, colouring those areas in, unless you've got a lot. I mean, if you're not doing ultramarines, I suppose you could colour that all in. But try and get in as many little touches as possible. It really looks good. So we've got on Fiston, Abaddon, Earthshades. This is good for almost like the grease dripping. If you mix Agrax Earthshade and Null Oil, you kind of like get a darker muddy brown, and you can just streak that from the top or from bolts, and it just looks like the item is dripping and leaking, which is really good. So Necron compounders come in here. They're looking for dry brushing with that. It's good. Alchemite pipes, complete, finished. You've got your lid there. So you've got this for the mat. Now, this is really handy, the mat, as you know, it's got two sides, and the first side has the layout with the actual items printed on, and the other side is plain. What I appreciate about that is kind of gives you an idea of where to place the item to provide some really good cover on even really sparse mats. That kind of helps you set up yours in the future. It doesn't seem like a lot of terrain, but really each of these mats can handle about 800 points worth of models each side, or maybe, sorry, 500. 2 mats will probably hold about 1,000 and so on. So new terrain rules. So they're looking at the Blight Hauler, 50% of the model should get cover. Infantry units cannot gain cover from the alchemite pipes and cannot move on top of them or over them. Vehicles do receive cover. So that's the focus of this particular piece. And they've got a lovely little bit of location of where the pipes are. So if you're playing those previous missions, you've got that map to then locate. I mean, you can make this up anyway. Again, Conquest cities, Urban Conquest is good for that. So Poison City, what have we got here? We got Septic Sabotage. Let's have a look. Armies, so we've got the pipes there. The idea is if the Space Marines can sabotage the pipes if they're within 3 inches of them at the end of the turn. They can sabotage it and track the number of sabotages by the end of the game. The Space Marine player rolls a d6 and adds a number, and if it's 7+, it's considered destroyed. That's, I mean, you could win that land speeder, maybe, I don't know. Turn one victory. No, I think it's far enough back that you couldn't. Okay, so the armies you have there is Lord Felfius. He's back again, 12 Boxer Walkers, 10 Cultists, Malignant Plague Caster, interesting. And they've got the command points there, you may have noticed. You've got your 5 Intercessors for the Space Marines, 5 Reavers, Captain Garvis Armor, 3 Aggressors, Primaris Librarian, and 5 Space Marine Scouts. Now, I always feel that these are more so in the Space Marines' favour when you look at this. But considering how tough some of these characters are and with the Warlord traits combined, it's not actually that easy. Now there is a channel which is called, I think it's called Tabletop Donkeys, and they have played through all of these missions, and I'm so proud to see that. Because they've played through all of the missions in the way that they're meant to be played through, using the abilities that come with the magazine. So they haven't shortcutted it. And they've got some lovely models. They've got some, is it Silver Templars? I think that's the one, that's a codex I put in the microwave. But they've done a really good job, and I want to say thanks, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll put a link in the description. I think that's fair. Yeah, that's not too bad. Overall, it's not a bad issue there. Issue 56. Now, this was gold, and unfortunately, I could not get more than 1 copy of this. Otherwise, I would have done a giveaway. And I would have split this so you've got lieutenants, someone would have, you know, one person would have 1 lieutenant, one would have got an ancient, another one get a different lieutenant, and someone else get the 5-man squad. So I'm really sorry about that, guys. I really wanted to, but they're all gone. You might find them on eBay. We've got 2 new paints. We've got 1,000 Suns Blue, you've got Temple Guard Blue, and it's got painting plasma effects. Now, that's the thing that a lot of people miss out on and don't quite get right. But rather than use it for plasma, I think you should use that for your power swords. You know, but we'll have a look at the issue itself. Okay, I did ramble on there. I haven't been here for a while, so I'm quite happy to be back, as you can tell. I hope all you guys are okay. I did enjoy that magazine, as simple as it is, and I'll take time to have a good look at it and put it back in its folder. I'm going to try and stay away from the orcs because I think I might have temptation to jump into the orcs. But look, what I'm going to do is put this together, just give you an overall look to see what it looks like, see how chunky it is in comparison to other models, and I'll show you the other section of this as well. And then that will be it. So this has been Spekd. I've enjoyed my time. I hope you've enjoyed yours. Check out pictures at the end. By the way, just a reminder, there still is a diorama competition which is up between myself, the Weather Pig, and Terratrix Gaming. So please take a look at that. Feel free to send pictures because we haven't had any pictures just yet. I know I have to sweeten it with a prize, so you never know, there might be a little giveaway, no promise. Anyway, take care. PC out. So here it is all put together. One of the key things they told you about was keeping everything modular, and I really like that. So at your own leisure, you can just put the pieces together, you know, stack them together. Oops, even better with a bit of glue. If you do so, please use super glue, maybe even a bit of blue tack. Just bring that in, and that way you can get a lot more out of your terrain. I showed you that with the galvanic pipes from before. That's the reactor I was speaking about, so we've got that in. I didn't paint it the standard black and white. I just think that this looks a lot better. I kept the plasma colour yellow just to fit in with everything else. And I was speaking about this providing cover for buildings. There's your little hatch there. Providing cover for vehicles even. You can tell when it's late with me. So that does actually obscure vehicles. And I did actually paint the land speeder up as the Sons of the Phoenix, which apparently is a legacy chapter of the Imperial Fists. So it would be interesting to see if that comes out in a new index. How big is it really? Well, let's see. Here's an eliminator. Still need to do his cape. They say it doesn't provide cover for those guys, and you can see why. It's really obvious to see them. It doesn't provide enough cover down at the bottom. And just overall, height wise, you see our boy there from before. Now, even though it does say it covers vehicles, and that's in the Conquest magazine, I don't know if it classes flyers, because really that just doesn't work, does it? But either way, I've got to find the other las cannon for that. Either way, that's what it is. That's how it's come out. I like the idea. It's modular, and you can just basically play around with this as extra terrain if you want to. You know, combine that with the other pipes, and you know, you can make up pretty much whatever you want to. You know, if you get a little bit of blue tack or whatever, stick that down. It's a very nice piece of terrain to add to the pipes we've done before. I would paint them up as a combination of this and the pipes that we did before, just to make it all fit in together for the map. And as I said before, I know a new map is coming fairly soon. But that kind of brings us up to speed, because I know some of you asked me how did I paint up my land speeder. Took the multi-melter and I went for that. Either way, catch you soon for the next video. I'm looking forward to that because I've actually already got it, the magazine. Take care, and PC out.